What was it about that judgment? Because I recall that some ADC members were celebrating because it advocated the judgment of the appeal court. So it seemed like there was progress. But what exactly was it about the judgment that was concerning for you and your people?
Well, Terry, they were quite early to celebrate without really understanding the full complexity of that judgment. Really, I also saw some people celebrating. I myself, I asked, why are people celebrating so fast? First of all, in the rule of law, when you have a court judgment, you should actually wait for the CTC to come out, and then you read the CTC and interpret it. But unfortunately, there was no CTC that came out early on, so I was worried why people were celebrating. But what it was for the about judgment, as discussed with the legal team, was that, one, yes, the court had set aside the status quo antebellum section remarks that was made earlier on, of which INEC had gone ahead to interpret by taking out, the leadership of the ADC and creating a vacuum. So once the court set that aside, that also, gave support to the ADC. But unfortunately, while setting that aside, the court also asked for those within the factions, and as mentioned in the judgment, the word factions, to go back to the High Court to go and solve the issues of leadership. So meaning that the issue still persists. And, you cannot be able to operate or function properly in a party whereby it is still going through political tussle of leadership, especially at a time whereby forms are supposed to be signed, and nomination forms, expression of interest forms for those that intend to be aspirants or candidates of political parties. Then you're now talking about having faction. Who is going to sign your form at the end of the day? You don't, take such risks. And I believe that those risks, were already, it seemed like a roadblock was already ahead, that if it is that the High Court, came back and stated the otherwise, what would be of those that ended up going forward to engage and to, constructively, campaign for the party. Maybe even it might even happen after the elections are over. So, we don't want an issue to come upon us, especially in the near future.